Yo, what is up guys? It's the Goblin and welcome back to another Call of Duty Black Ops 4 video. Now this video is going to be a very important video because I'm going to be talking about what happened basically with the Shamrock and Awe event, how I think some things were done right, some things were done horribly wrong, and also provide some solutions and how I think things can be improved for the Call of Duty community in the future. You know, a lot of people love to complain about this or that, but some people don't really bring solutions forward, which is what I'm going to do in this video. I'm going to talk about it, bring solutions, and different stuff like that. So if you guys are watching this video and you guys are a supporter of mine or are just a fan of Black Ops 4 in general and want to see good content come to the game, if there is any video I need your guys' support on, it would be this one. I would very, very much appreciate if you guys could drop a like on this thing. And also, if anyone from Activision or Treyarch is watching this video, if you guys could watch all the way through and just at least listen to the different ideas I have and different stuff like that. Because of course, us as fans of the game are on an outside perspective looking in, and there's basically, you know, a lack of communication between developers and between the fan base, and that's resulted in probably a lot of confusion around this event, and that's what I'm going to talk about and different stuff in this video. So yeah, smack a like, subscribe, and let's get right into it. I've written down some notes here, and we're going to start off by talking about this Shamrock and Awe event. Basically go through step by step and talk about what happened with it, what the event was, how it was announced, how it was brought out, and different stuff like that. And then basically talk about why I think that was a little bit of a disappointment and what I think can be done in the future, right? And that's the first thing we're going to talk about. So basically what happened? There was an event in this game which was the Shamrock and Awe event, which was around St. Patrick's Day, right? And this was originally teased back when we got the Season 3 for the Operation Grand Heist. In the roadmap for that, it said coming was of course going to be this event, and we could see the picture and we all sort of knew because this has happened in the previous years of Call of Duty as well, where they did a St. Patrick's Day event similar to this. So that's basically what happened. The event was being teased beforehand on the roadmap, and essentially when the event came out, everyone expected an event to be something very significant, at least, and a lot of people expected a contraband stream. That's what I thought, especially because there was a lot of stuff leaked in the game files, which means that there's stuff in the game files literally ready to go as of right now, that is just basically waiting for a future release, right? They have different mastercrafts. That Cordite mastercraft that came out on Friday, which was yesterday, that one has been in the files for quite some time now, you know, so stuff is put into the game beforehand. So basically what happened with the event, and this is what the event was. So I'm gonna basically say exactly what it says. So this is the exact details from Treyarch. Our Shamrock and Awe seasonal event continues in multiplayer, Blackout, and Zombies on PS4 and kicks off on Xbox One and PC, running through the month of March. This year's Shamrock and Awe event delivers fun, new, thematic in-game experiences across all modes. So basically, that's saying that the theme stuff is the themes are into all of the modes, right? So what do we have as far as multiplayer? Basically, as far as for everyone, straight up, the first thing that everyone got was the two free items, the gesture and the calling card, right? So that was free for everyone, completely free. And then what they also did was for multiplayer, they took the contraband map and put a stormy hurricane on that. So I don't know what that really has to do with a Shamrock and Awe event or St. Patrick's Day. And then the other thing was the St. Patrick's stockpile, which does have to do with it. And that, of course, was just Fracture from Black Ops 3. So essentially for multiplayer fans, which multiplayer is the biggest universe, at least I'm pretty sure it is. It's been for quite some time within Call of Duty. And I don't think Blackout or Zombies is big enough to surpass just the multiplayer universe, even at this point. But of course, I don't have any raw statistics behind that. I don't know if they really released that stuff. But you guys let me know in the comment section down below. What do you guys care about the most? Multiplayer, Blackout, or Zombies? I'd be interested to hear that. So the St. Patrick's stockpile event, right? So it was basically Fracture from Black Ops 3, and that one is themed around Shamrock and Awe. It's really cool. But basically, if you're a multiplayer fan and you don't want to play Fracture or stockpile, there's no event. There's zero event at all. There's nothing, right? So that was a bit of a disappointment. Next was for Blackout. For Blackout, they did a seasonal map makeover, a pot of gold stashes, and leprechaun horde. So honestly, for Blackout, I thought that was, especially when compared to multiplayer and zombies, that was a pretty significant update. And the coolest thing was the spring seasonal map update, which is a concern now because after this event is gone, they might be taking that away and reverting the map, which some people would like, some people wouldn't like, of course. And then what happened for zombies is just a few things: the seasonal Easter egg and the green-eyed zombie. So this event wasn't, it was very, very minuscule, and definitely people had, like, I had expectations for this because in previous terms, that word event has matched up with some pretty cool stuff in Call of Duty, right? So this event was, that was what the event happened, and that was pretty much it. So overall, we can say, hey, the event was a little bit underwhelming, whatever, right? But the next thing was, not only did they drop that event, but when that event dropped, they also dropped a $20 bundle, which was called the Shamrock and Awe bundle. And that wasn't that bad of a lot of people were confused, thinking that you have to buy that bundle to get into the event or different stuff like that. Like, there was so much confusion going around the community because nobody knew what the F was going on, right? And that's just due to a lack of communication, which we'll talk about a little bit later in this video. But that was a $20 bundle, which was not a horrible value at all, because it did give you 10 crates or whatever, which was worth $20 anyway. But even on that, if you do that deal, and, you know, it's not a horrible deal, but only if you care about buying supply drops in the game, that jump pack and all that stuff was basically for Blackout. The majority of that stuff was around Blackout. It was a jump pack. It was a contrail. So once again, it seems like this whole event was being put into Blackout, which I'm a fan of Blackout. I play Blackout too. I think Blackout is awesome, and I think that, hey, if you do want to grow Call of Duty, yeah, Blackout is a way to do it. Battle Royale is a popping game mode right now, bringing people into Call of Duty multiplayer, zombies or whatever through Blackout. It's a great, smart move, right? But that's basically what happened. The $20 bundle, everyone was confused, people were pissed off, and then they ended up changing the name from the Shamrock and Awe bundle to, I believe, something like the Luck of the Irish bundle. So they changed that, and then right after this event, because I think that Treyarch sort of, or Activision or Treyarch saw that this was, you know, wasn't received that well. A lot of people were very disappointed with this, and what they did is they put out an announcement on March 14th and basically said this, which says that let us know your thoughts on St. Patrick's Day Stockpile, Contraband Hurricane, our newest seasonal Blackout updates, and your latest adventures in zombies. Our next major game update is just around the corner when Shamrock and Awe wraps up, including our next Black Ops 4 Zombies map, the new multiplayer game modes, which probably will include Bare Bones, the specialist, the one without specialist, an all-new Blackout experience, and much more. So they're basically saying, hey, we know our event wasn't that cool, but stay tuned for after the event. We'll have something cool coming then. And it seems like it's always sort of a waiting game, right? And they also did, of course, add for this weekend double XP across the board, which was very, very hyped, and the multiplayer DLC free access weekend. So they did this sort of stuff. Who knows if this was in response to the poor feedback they got on their event, or if this was planned anyway. It honestly was probably planned anyway, if I had to make a guess. But that's essentially what happened with the event. So I think overall, we can all agree that the event was a little bit underwhelming. Whether, you know, at the end of the day, it's just a Call of Duty event. It's nothing that, like, you know, it's all cosmetic and it's all cool, different changes overall. It's not the biggest deal that the event was trash, but it is, because basically now the expectations for events is way lowered. So basically, this was a problem because, in my opinion, it left disappointment in a fan base that is constantly getting disappointment, right? And when I thought about this more, I'm like, is that really, do you think that they really thought this event would get people excited across all the modes, multiplayer, Blackout, and zombies? Or was this sort of planned and outraged marketing, or specifically targeted everything to Blackout to get people away from those other game modes? I mean, I've just been thinking about it and thinking that either this is some sort of outrage marketing and they knew that this $20 bundle, like, is not going to go over well, or it's just a huge disconnect between the developers and whether it's Treyarch. I really think that Treyarch, as far as the game designers, probably are designing this stuff, and then Activision is probably the one that, when it comes down to releasing, it's through, you know, those guys work together with that. But I believe, you know, Activision, of course, on top of that. And I'm not sure. That's just from an outside perspective looking in. So I don't know who to put the blame on for any of this, and it's not even trying to blame anyway. I'm just talking about what happened and how it can be improved. So that's basically what happened with the event and what the feedback was, right? And it was pretty negative. So what's the solution to this? Okay, because that's the thing I talked about earlier. I said I have some solutions, right? So I wrote down a couple things. Now, the first thing is for Treyarch and Activision, be transparent with the fan base. It's 2019, and basically, you know, instead of all this coming soon, stay tuned for more info, teaser, blah, 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 we need some more real direct dates. You know, League Play is coming out on February 15th. We're going to get leaderboards on March 30th. Next game update is, you know, whatever, January 14th. Different stuff like that. I think being transparent is such a major key, because people really thought this event was more, and I thought this event was more too, and I'm someone that's been around the Call of Duty community for so long, and basically with that, it's, as of right now, there's the disconnect is making it really difficult because we don't really know what to expect. This game is, Black Ops 4 is awesome, and there's multiple streams and ways to get DLC in there. They're doing the DLC weapons for free. It's awesome, but at the same time, like, the lack of content and stuff is very disappointing. So my solution, my first part of my solution is be more transparent. Patch notes. In previous years, when the update came out, the patch notes came out. This year with Black Ops 4 and Treyarch, the patch notes usually don't come out until 5 or 6 hours later, just because they post them 5 or 6 hours later. So I'm not sure why. Obviously, they know what the update is before they put it in. So that's 5 or 6 hour period. As a content creator, I can't inform you guys of the patch notes because I'm sitting there in downtime waiting. You know, it's different stuff like that that could just be quick fixes that could be more transparent with the audience and could really, really make a difference. I think that people don't want to be BS'd anymore. It's 2019. It's, you know, you can be direct with the audience, and I don't think that you know, mystery and BS, it isn't flying as much. The second part of my solution is more content. If this was a Luck of the Irish event, why were there no green camos? Why were there no green mastercrafts? Why were there no, you know, daily login items? Why was there nothing like that? Why was it 2 free items that were a gesture and a calling card, right? Like, where were the camos? Where were the mastercrafts? Where were, you know, maybe one new weapon with the green, at least some sort of limited camo that's available in the reserves? There was nothing new added to reserves. 0, right? And of course, we're all thinking this was coming next update now, but who knows? The next time, they might just say, you know, next time is the big update. So we never really know. And of course, every time there's a new season, we know that's big. But as far as the mid-season stuff, it is very, very confusing as of right now. And I think the first thing is transparency, and the second part of it is more content. Put that stuff out. For example, I had an idea here where for this event, they could have done something such as daily logins, or, you know, a daily challenge you have to complete, or log in every day and play 5 matches to get certain stuff. And it could be a camo this day, a green camo. It could have been, you know, a little pot of gold, something here, gesture, you know, one thing like that. They could have included the gesture they already had with that into there. It could be a camo. It could be a mastercraft. It could be all that jump pack stuff could have been put into here, and then they get people to log in and active and playing during this event, completing those challenges. And then while that's going on, they could be dropping some good stuff in the special orders, in the item shop for people to purchase, and of course for them to make money off of it. But at this time, it's like there's nothing to purchase even if we want to purchase it except that one bundle, and it really is just a lack of content. That's really the thing. And I don't know if people are spending money right now. I don't know how much money they're making off Black Ops 4 supply drops and stuff. I wouldn't think it would be as much as, you know, Black Ops 3. I don't know, like, in comparison based on the average player, just because of the supply drop system. Like, in this game, I don't really, like, buy that much stuff either. Like, I'll buy a special order to make a video on it, but even those, they aren't released very often. And I think that I've always thought that, you know, oh, it's going to ramp up as the year comes along, but it's been 5 months now since this game's out, and we've missed a lot of the big times. You know, we had some cool stuff happen, but it's gearing into the summer now, and I think a lot more stuff needs to happen with that. So yeah, solution is be more transparent, more content, stuff that, you know, camos, mastercrafts, maybe accessories, stickers for weapons. I mean, there's so many different things that you could do. Just reticles. Throw this stuff in, you know, plentiful up the loot. Make it, you know, make good stuff in there, and then people are going to want to purchase it, right? And not even purchase it, but play the game and, you know, keep the fan base up to date and happy with that. Now, the next thing is, as far as from a fan perspective and what can we do as a solution, honestly, in my opinion now, like, it's weird because I didn't have much, like, going into any updates with Call of Duty, I really don't have that much expectations, and it's just because I've been around for so long, I've seen so much different stuff happen, you know, like I've seen back in AW when they said we're going to get a free helmet, and then the free helmet was just, looked almost the exact same as a helmet that everyone already had, you know, different stuff like this has happened before. In Black Ops 3, when they allegedly, you know, skill-based matchmaking was added, or, you know, something like that, and then taken out, and different stuff like that, you know. It's just the transparency in 2019, and with Treyarch, Treyarch has done a great job with Black Ops 2, Black Ops 3, updating those games, and I thought with the evolution of gaming and going into 2019 now, I thought this would be a complete home run out of a slam dunk of a game, and it's an awesome game, but as far as the content and thinking about the 5 months, what we've gotten so far, it doesn't really, there's nothing that really stands out as super duper exciting. I think that the fact that people can earn the DLC weapons for free is huge. It's such a major thing, and you know, Activision and Treyarch are allowing that to happen in the game, but people are still crapping all over their supply drop system just because of lack of content or because of the reserves, how this works or that works. And it's like I feel like they are trying to do the right thing, but there is just a little bit of a disconnect there, and maybe that's where someone like a YouTuber or a consultant or an average player, because that's another dilemma where the casual fan base versus the competitive stuff. And from my experiences, you know, they've been really awesome, and I think that they, you know, they've supported this game for years and stuff like that. But I think that getting the opinions of people that play the game on an everyday basis, or YouTubers that create content, especially when it comes around the DLC stuff. You know, YouTubers have a direct knowledge of that, and there's a lot of work that goes into these games that the average player doesn't think about. You know, no player thinks about, oh, there has to be someone coding how the grenade bounces every single time when they're in the studio at Treyarch or different stuff like that. You know, when you make a camo, it's a lot more work than just designing one camo in Photoshop. You have to make sure there's no bugs. You know, it's a huge amount of work, and obviously the player base, you know, the average person in the player base doesn't understand that, and that's not their job to understand that. But I think that as the developers and as a studio, that just communicating and being upfront, and it's gotten better. It's gotten way better than what it used to be. You know, Sledgehammer did a great job of it last year for the most part, but just, you know, being upfront with it and letting us know that, hey, this event is not a contraband stream. The contraband stream is coming on the 26th. Or if you just said something like that, that would be awesome, and that would make it a lot easier for people like myself, as well as content creators, to give the correct info. Because especially with the wording on some of these things, you know, it's very confusing. Patch notes coming out late. It makes it hard to spread the info around, and we are a community that loves this game and wants to support this game. I mean, it's obvious our goal. You know, if you're a fan of someone that has played Call of Duty, you want the game to be good, you want there to be good content, but you also want it to be fair. And I think that all of that can be achieved, and we're getting so much closer to it. But that's just my opinions on that. Hope that you guys did enjoy this video. I know it was a long one. Drop a like on this thing if you guys did enjoy. If you guys made it to the end, comment. If you guys made it to the end, comment, I made it to the end of the video. Just comment that, I made it to the end of the video. I'm going to be looking in the comments and seeing how many people actually made it to the end, because, like, I like talking like this, you know, and letting my opinions out, and basically saying that I hope this video will help, or, you know, just allow the community to, because it's just, at the end of the day, it's just cosmetic stuff in Call of Duty. It's not a big deal at all. Like, it's not the biggest deal. At the end of the day, if they put out a camo for $50, we're all gonna laugh, and no one's, you know, we're not gonna buy the camo, right? So at the end of the day, you're not missing out if you're not buying. Like I said in my Cordite video the other day, where the Cordite was $10 for a Mastercraft. I said I think that's overpriced. I'm buying it for a video, but at the end of the day, it's not. You know, don't spend all your negative energy hating on this, because it's a cosmetic. You don't need it, you know? You're not missing out on that much. And I think that is a good part of this system, but we still want content. We want camos, we want different stuff like that, and Mastercrafts and operator mods, and it's all really awesome, and we just want more and more and more. And it seems like as a fan base, you know, knowing that a lot of people are just maxed out, they have every item in the game, every item through reserves. A lot of players have that right now. That's crazy. I don't think that's right, and I think that to get every item in the game, you should have to be playing a stupid amount, but that just proves to the point of a lack of content in the game. Anyway, I hope you guys did enjoy this video. Drop a like on this thing, subscribe if you guys are new. I'll talk to you guys in the next one, and I'm out. Peace.